Welcome to America's Star is Died. In this video, we will reminisce together about the brilliant lives and passionate artistic journeys of legendary artists. They not only brought us wonderful moments on screen and stage, but also left behind a great cultural legacy. Join us to discover memorable stories and admire the immortal works they have contributed. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow so you don't miss out on the special memories we will continue to share.
Cardi B, where did that name come from?
My name come from, you know what? My sister name is Hennessy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My sister name is Hennessy, right? So everybody used to call me Bacardi. So I always call myself Bacardi, right? And then it was my Instagram name, like Bacardi, Bacardi B. But for some reason, my Instagram keep getting deleted. And I think it was Bacardi that had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just shortened it to call
Cardi B, a musical legacy that transcends time. Cardi B, born Belkalais Marlenis Alm Enzar on October 11, 1992, in the Bronx, New York, is the daughter of a family with roots in Trinidad and the Dominican Republic. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, her challenging upbringing shaped her bold personality. Before rising to fame, Cardi B worked as a stripper to support herself and her family, an experience she openly discusses as part of her journey to overcome adversity. Cardi B first gained attention through her humorous and candid Instagram videos, where she amassed millions of followers with her charisma and unapologetic commentary. In 2015, she joined the reality TV show Love and Hip Hop New York, becoming a star thanks to her unique personality and compelling life story. After leaving the show in 2017, Cardi B focused entirely on music. Her single Bodak Yellow quickly turned her into a global sensation as the song topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart, making her the first solo female rapper to achieve this feat in nearly 2 decades. Cardi B's debut album, Invasion of Privacy, 2018, was not only critically acclaimed but also earned her a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album. The album included chart-topping hits like I Like It and Bartier Cardi, solidifying her position in the music industry. Cardi B didn't stop at music. She made her acting debut in the movie Hustlers 2019, showcasing her versatility. Additionally, Cardi collaborated with major fashion brands like Reebok and Fashion Nova, asserting her influence in the fashion world. Cardi B married rapper Offset, a member of the group Migos, in 2017. The couple has 2 children and often appears together at public events. Despite ups and downs in their marriage, Cardi emphasizes the importance of family and love. Beyond being an artist, Cardi B is known for her outspoken stance on social issues. She frequently advocates for women's rights, fights against racism, and participates in political campaigns, demonstrating her commitment to the community. On November 20, 2024, the music world suffered an unexpected loss when Cardi B passed away suddenly. Her departure was not only a profound shock to her family and friends, but also to millions of fans around the globe. She leaves behind an irreplaceable legacy, spanning music, fashion, and the powerful messages she consistently conveyed. Cardi B will always be remembered as a symbol of strength, bravery, and resilience. Her legacy will continue to inspire future generations of artists and those who dream of rising above adversity.
Love the guitar, and it was a new record by a Swedish artist. I think his name was Jörgen Ingman, and it was Apache, and he played an electric guitar, and he had a early primitive delay, so he'd go it sounded like an arrow, you know, and it blew me away. I thought, wow, you can do that with a guitar. I mean, you know, this was a kind of a turn.
Wayne Kramer, the legend of rock music and his artistic transformation. Wayne Kramer, born on April 30, 1948, is one of the most prominent figures in rock music history. He is not only a musician, but also a producer and author, with undeniable contributions to global music culture. Kramer's story is not just about musical talent, but also about resilience and the ability to overcome life's challenges. Wayne began his music career in the 1960s as a member of the band The McFive, one of the pioneering bands of punk rock. With powerful music and sharp political messages, the MSE5 garnered public attention and became a symbol of the counterculture movement in American society. Wayne Kramer's music goes beyond catchy melodies. He's a creative musician, always exploring and experimenting with new musical genres. After the MC5 disbanded in the 1970s, he continued his solo career and collaborated with many other famous artists. He has released numerous solo albums, including notable works like Kramer's Last Riff and The Hard Stuff. His songs often carry a personal touch and reflect deep perspectives on life, love, and society. In addition to his music career, Wayne has faced numerous challenges in his personal life, including struggles with drugs and mental health issues. However, he has overcome these difficulties and become an advocate for treatment and recovery. He often shares his story in the hope of inspiring others who are struggling. Wayne Kramer passed away on October 18, 2024, at his home in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 76. The cause of his passing was confirmed to be complications related to aging. His departure left a profound sorrow in the hearts of fans and the music community who had followed and loved him throughout his career. Wayne Kramer will forever be remembered as an icon of rock music and an inspiration to many generations of artists. The legacy he leaves behind lies not only in his powerful music, but also in the resilience and ability to overcome challenges that he demonstrated throughout his life.
I want hair like that again. And I said I would never grow my hair out. So if I can just get jobs in the next 7 years that don't let me cut my hair, then I'll be in good shape.
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard in this business for you to be able to do that, to walk around like that.
It is, but I got to tell you the truth is that when I did La Cage aux Folles, with Jerry's, not the most recent revival, but the 2004, I think it was, I said to Jerry Zaks, I was like, I'd love to be in the, I really want to be in this, but please don't make me cut my hair. And they put it in my contract that I didn't have to cut my hair.
Gavin Creel, a remarkable Broadway talent. Gavin Creel, born on April 18, 1976, is one of the prominent actors, singers, and musicians on Broadway. With his emotive voice and outstanding acting ability, he has captured the hearts of audiences and critics alike throughout his career. Gavin is not only known for his lead roles in musical theater, but also as an active social advocate, using his voice to create change. Gavin Creel grew up in Findlay, Ohio, where he began participating in the arts at a young age. After graduating from the University of Michigan with a degree in performing arts, he quickly found opportunities on Broadway. In 2000, Gavin made his Broadway debut in the musical Thoroughly Modern Millie, where he received recognition and numerous awards. Throughout his career, Gavin has played many notable roles in famous musicals such as Hair, The Book of Mormon, and Hello, Dolly. His performance in The Book of Mormon earned him a Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Musical in 2011, solidifying his talent in the theater industry. Gavin is not only a talented artist, but also a passionate social activist. He has actively participated in non-profit organizations and campaigns advocating for LGBTQ+ rights. His music also reflects social and political issues, providing audiences with a deeper insight into the world around them. Gavin Creel passed away on July 2, 2024, at his home in New York at the age of 48. The cause of his passing was confirmed to be complications related to health issues during treatment. His departure left a profound sorrow in the hearts of fans and the artist community who had followed and loved him throughout his career. Gavin Creel will forever be remembered as an icon of Broadway and an inspiration to many generations of artists. The legacy he leaves behind lies not only in his amazing performances, but also in the meaningful social activism he engaged in.
Mitzi Gaynor.
Note, please.
As the 88-year-old performed with singer and pianist Michael Feinstein.
You're the smile on the Mona Lisa.
And played with the audience.
Worthless check, total wreck, a flop. But if baby I'm the bottom, you're the top.
Mitzi Gaynor, icon of 20th century film and music. Mitzi Gaynor, born on January 4, 1931, is one of the icons of film and music in the mid-20th century. With her acting talent, wonderful singing voice, and exceptional dancing ability, she has left a profound mark on audiences through many prominent roles in musical films. Mitzi's legacy lies not only in her artistic works, but also in her dedication to the entertainment industry. Mitzi Gaynor grew up in an artistic family in Chicago, Illinois. She began her artistic career at a young age, participating in school plays and musical performances. After moving to Hollywood, she quickly caught attention and had the opportunity to sign a contract with one of the largest film studios of the time, 20th Century Fox. Mitzi appeared in many famous films, including South Pacific, 1958, an Oscar-winning musical in which she starred. With this role, she affirmed her talent and received much praise from critics. Other films she participated in, such as There's No Business Like Show Business and The Joker is Wild, also contributed to her successful career. Mitzi Gaynor is not only famous in the film industry but also a prominent television performer. She has had many special television programs and live shows that captivated audiences. Her music and dance were always highly praised, and she became a role model for many generations of artists that followed. Mitzi Gaynor passed away on October 18, 2024, at her home in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 93. The cause of her passing was attributed to complications related to aging. Her departure left a significant void in the hearts of fans and the artistic community, who had loved and admired her throughout her career. Mitzi Gaynor will forever be remembered as an icon of film and music who devoted herself to the arts. The legacy she leaves behind is not only in her wonderful films and performances, but also as an inspiration for young artists and an inseparable part of entertainment history.
I've basically worked for Bob the most. I think that's partly because his choreography suits me so well. Yeah. He's happy with what he sees, and so, and also he's very loyal. He hires many times the same people over and over again, along with new people, because he approves of them, he likes them.
Well, Broadway icon Ann Reinking, born on November 10, 1949, is one of the most famous dancers, actresses, and choreographers on Broadway. With her energetic performance style and exceptional talent, she has made a profound mark in the arts industry. Ann is not only known for her roles in musicals, but also for her significant contributions to the development of dance on stage. Ann Reinking grew up in Seattle, Washington, where she began studying dance at an early age. After graduating from an art school, she moved to New York to pursue her acting dreams. Ann quickly received opportunities on Broadway and became one of the standout dancers of that era. Ann Reinking starred in many famous musicals such as Chicago, Cabaret, and Pippin. Her role as Roxy Hart in Chicago earned her a Tony Award for Best Featured Actress in 1976. She also served as the choreographer for Chicago, bringing a fresh and modern style to the production. In addition to her acting career, Ann Reinking was also a talented choreographer. She worked with many famous theaters and artists, enriching the dance scene in the entertainment industry. Ann combined elements of classical and modern dance to create unique and impressive performances. Ann Reinking passed away on January 12, 2022, at her home in Seattle, Washington, at the age of 73. The cause of her passing was confirmed to be health issues related to aging. Ann's departure left a profound sorrow in the hearts of fans and the artistic community who had followed and loved her throughout her career. Ann Reinking will forever be remembered as an icon of Broadway and one of the most talented dancers of her time. The legacy she leaves behind lies not only in her incredible performances, but also in her inspiration for young artists and art enthusiasts.
She went on to be the first female president of the White House Correspondents Association and the first woman admitted to another Washington institution, the Gridiron Club. President Johnson once complained that he first learned of his daughter Lucy's engagement from one of Thomas's stories. But her own engagement to Associated Press reporter Doug Cornell was only revealed after Pat Nixon spilled the beans to a room full.
Helen Thomas, icon of journalism. Helen Thomas, born on August 4, 1920, is one of the most influential journalists in American history. With over 60 years in the journalism industry, she became an icon of perseverance and integrity in the field. Notably serving as a White House correspondent, Helen left a profound mark on the public and was admired by many generations of journalists. Helen Thomas was born into a Lebanese immigrant family in Winchester, Kentucky. She attended Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan, where she began writing for the student newspaper. After graduating, Helen started her journalism career at United Press, UP in 1943 and quickly rose to become a White House correspondent in the 1960s. With courage and determination, Helen paved the way for many women in journalism. Helen was one of the first female reporters to gain recognition at the White House. She interviewed many presidents from John F. Kennedy to Barack Obama and was known for her sharp and straightforward questions. Her strong personality and tenacious interviewing style made her a prominent figure in journalism. Helen did not hesitate to ask difficult questions and hold leaders accountable for their decisions, setting a standard for other reporters. Helen Thomas was not only an outstanding reporter but also an active author and spokesperson. She wrote many books and articles on politics and journalism, sharing her experiences and views on the profession. One of her famous books, Front Row at the White House, became a reference for those wanting to understand the work of a White House correspondent. Helen's legacy serves as an inspiration for many young journalists and those passionate about truth in media. In addition to her successful career, Helen Thomas had a vibrant personal life. She was married to journalist and film producer Douglas Thomas, and they had 3 daughters. She always balanced her busy career with family life. Helen was also an avid reader and enjoyed sharing her experiences with young people, helping her build deep connections with many in the industry. Helen Thomas passed away on July 20, 2022, at her home in Washington, D.C., at the age of 101. The cause of her passing was attributed to health issues related to aging. Her departure left a significant void in the journalism community, where her voice had stood strong throughout her career. Many journalists and colleagues expressed their sorrow and gratitude for her contributions to the field of journalism. Helen Thomas will forever be remembered as an icon of journalism and one of the pioneers of bringing women's voices into the media industry. The legacy she leaves behind is not only in her writings and sharp questions, but also in her courage and perseverance in the pursuit of truth. Future generations of journalists will always look to her as an ideal role model.
So I wasn't very ideological at all, but I just thought he was a lot of fun. And it sounds a little converse. As I got a little older, somebody was the polar opposite of Joe Pearson was Walter Lippmann, and I was very impressed by his cool.
Helen Thomas, icon of journalism. Helen Thomas, born on August 4, 1920, is one of the most influential journalists in American history. With over 60 years in the journalism industry, she became an icon of perseverance and integrity in the field. Notably serving as a White House correspondent, Helen left a profound mark on the public and was admired by many generations of journalists. Helen Thomas was born into a Lebanese immigrant family in Winchester, Kentucky. She attended Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan, where she began writing for the student newspaper. After graduating, Helen started her journalism career at United Press, UP in 1943 and quickly rose to become a White House correspondent in the 1960s. With courage and determination, Helen paved the way for many women in journalism. Helen was one of the first female reporters to gain recognition at the White House. She interviewed many presidents from John F. Kennedy to Barack Obama and was known for her sharp and straightforward questions. Her strong personality and tenacious interviewing style made her a prominent figure in journalism. Helen did not hesitate to ask difficult questions and hold leaders accountable for their decisions, setting a standard for other reporters. Helen Thomas was not only an outstanding reporter but also an active author and spokesperson. She wrote many books and articles on politics and journalism, sharing her experiences and views on the profession. One of her famous books, Front Row at the White House, became a reference for those wanting to understand the work of a White House correspondent. Helen's legacy serves as an inspiration for many young journalists and those passionate about truth in media. In addition to her successful career, Helen Thomas had a vibrant personal life. She was married to journalist and film producer Douglas Thomas, and they had 3 daughters. She always balanced her busy career with family life. Helen was also an avid reader and enjoyed sharing her experiences with young people, helping her build deep connections with many in the industry. Helen Thomas passed away on July 20, 2022, at her home in Washington, D.C., at the age of 101. The cause of her passing was attributed to health issues related to aging. Her departure left a significant void in the journalism community, where her voice had stood strong throughout her career. Many journalists and colleagues expressed their sorrow and gratitude for her contributions to the field of journalism. Helen Thomas will forever be remembered as an icon of journalism and one of the pioneers of bringing women's voices into the media industry. The legacy she leaves behind is not only in her writings and sharp questions, but also in her courage and perseverance in the pursuit of truth. Future generations of journalists will always look to her as an ideal role model.
Comparatively, I'm not an example of that, but I can see that I could not do beyond a certain time certain things. The legs are not suited to that. It takes about 10 years to make a dancer. The body should be pliable to start with, and it should be eager, and it should realize what...
Martha Graham, legend in the world of dancing. Martha Graham, born on May 11, 1894, was one of the most influential choreographers and dancers in the history of modern dance. With over 70 years of career, she not only shaped the style of modern dance, but also opened new ways to express emotions and humanity through movement. Her legacy lives on and continues to inspire generations of artists. Martha Graham was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, into a family passionate about the arts. She began dancing at a young age and later studied at the College of the Pacific. In 1926, she founded her own dance company, the Martha Graham Dance Company, where she began developing her distinctive style of movement. From then on, she produced many famous works, showcasing the strength and delicacy of dance. Graham's dance style is known for its combination of deep emotion and perfect technique. She developed a dance method based on the principles of energy and breath, where each movement is viewed as a part of life. She often employed themes such as love, death, and longing, creating emotionally charged performances. Her famous works include Appalachian Spring, Night Journey, and Cave of the Heart. Martha Graham was not only an exceptional artist, but also a pioneer in expanding the boundaries of dance. She taught many generations of dancers, imparting her philosophy and technique. Additionally, she collaborated with many other renowned artists, such as Aaron Copland and Isamu Noguchi, to create unique artistic works. Graham's legacy is recognized through numerous awards and honors, including the Presidential Freedom Medal. In her personal life, Martha Graham experienced several romantic relationships, including connections with writers and poets. She was not only renowned for her talent, but also for her determination and relentless effort in pursuing her passion. Despite facing numerous challenges, she remained resilient and continued to dedicate herself to the art. Martha Graham passed away on April 1, 1991 in New York City, at the age of 96. The cause of her passing was pneumonia and related health issues. Her departure left a significant void in the world of dance, but her legacy lives on and continues to influence modern dancers and choreographers. Martha Graham will forever be remembered as a legend in the world of dance. With her talent and dedication, she opened new pathways for the art form and inspired countless artists over the decades. Her legacy is not only in her performances, but also in the philosophy of life and art she left behind for the world.
When do you realize, like, okay, I'm tripping? What slows you down? Because there's always that moment where it's
okay,
like...
I'm gonna tell you. I did this show, I'm So Hot, bro. I do a show in Carolina, New Year's Eve. You know, you get paid on them type of holidays. The biggest show ever to this day. Still talking about it. It's like, I did a show, man, they gave me one.
Rich Homie Quan, a passionate musical journey. Rich Homie Quan, born Rashid Jamal, was born on April 4, 1989 in Atlanta, Georgia, is a renowned rapper, singer, and songwriter in the modern hip-hop scene. With his distinctive style and talented songwriting ability, he quickly dominated the music charts and made a lasting impression on fans. Rich Homie Quan began his music career in the early 2010s. He drew public attention with his debut mixtape titled Rich Homie Quan, Still Going In, released in 2013. This mixtape produced several hits, making him one of the most promising faces in rap. Quan's rap style combines catchy melodies with heartfelt lyrics, often addressing personal experiences and everyday life. One of Rich Homie Quan's most famous hits is Type of Way, released in 2013. This track topped numerous charts and solidified his position in the music industry. Additionally, he collaborated with many other renowned artists, such as Young Thug on the hit Lifestyle, another major hit that elevated his fame. Rich Homie Quan's musical style is diverse, ranging from hip-hop to R&B, characterized by catchy melodies and profound lyrics. He often blends Southern elements into his music, reflecting the culture and life in Atlanta. Quan is also known for his charisma and strong connection with the audience, which has helped him gain a substantial fan base. In his personal life, Rich Homie Quan has faced many ups and downs. He grew up in a challenging family environment and encountered numerous obstacles before becoming a star. Nevertheless, he has always maintained his spirit and passion for music. Quan often shares that music is his way of overcoming life's difficulties. On September 19, 2024, Rich Homie Quan passed away in Atlanta, Georgia, at the age of 35. The cause of his passing is believed to be related to health issues stemming from the challenging years he faced in his career. His musical legacy will forever live on in the hearts of his fans. Rich Homie Quan will always be remembered as one of the most influential artists in modern hip-hop. With his talent and dedication, he opened new pathways for the art and inspired many other artists. Although he has passed away, his music will live on and continue to touch the hearts of millions.
Corrupt nation that I have ever covered. I've been there 25 years ago, and I've been there as recently as last year.
Fine. So what? 35 years old. That's what that nation is. Now here's America, 226 years old. You love democracy, but there in Africa, you're trying to force these people into...
Mike Wallace, outstanding journalist and legend of American television. Mike Wallace, born on May 9, 1918 in Brookline, Massachusetts, is one of the most famous investigative journalists in American television history. He is best known for his role as the host of 60 Minutes, a popular interview program on CBS. Wallace is recognized not only for his sharp interviewing skills, but also for his courage in asking tough questions to those in power. Wallace began his journalism career in the 1940s, working for various radio and television stations. He gained fame for his investigative and interviewing skills. Wallace appeared on television programs from the early days of broadcasting and quickly became a familiar face. He conducted many controversial interviews, ranging from politicians to celebrities, always posing deep and challenging questions. Throughout his career, Wallace conducted many impactful interviews. One of his most famous interviews was with President Richard Nixon, where he asked tough questions about the Watergate scandal. Wallace also interviewed many other notable figures, including Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and notorious criminals. His interviewing talent made him one of the most respected journalists in the field. Wallace's interviewing style was unique. He often used simple yet sharp questions to draw out deep insights from his subjects. He had the ability to create a comfortable atmosphere, but was also unafraid to confront interviewees when necessary. Wallace set a high standard for investigative journalism and interview television. In his personal life, Wallace was married twice and had 2 sons. He cherished his family and often shared that they were his biggest motivation in life. Despite being busy with his career, Wallace always made time for his family and personal interests, including sports and reading. Mike Wallace passed away on April 7, 2012, at the age of 93 at a hospital in New Haven, Connecticut. The cause of his passing was determined to be health issues related to old age, including heart disease and declining function. His legacy in journalism will forever live on in the hearts of fans and young journalists pursuing their careers. Mike Wallace left an indelible mark on the public with his quality interviews and powerful investigative style. He was not just a journalist, but also a symbol in the media industry. Through his work, Wallace raised the standards of journalism and paved the way for future generations of journalists. Thank you for taking the time to join us in appreciating and remembering the stars who have brought beautiful memories and profound cultural values. Your support is what motivates us to continue our journey of honoring these artists, keeping their memories and legacies alive. Don't forget to leave your comments and share the video to spread these meaningful stories. Click follow so you don't miss out on upcoming journeys of remembrance with us.